You're listening to WTIM, your information station. It's time now for your expanded local news. The Windsor Harvest Picnic is back up and running again this weekend for the 128th edition, starting this Thursday, August 14th through Saturday, August 16th. Thursday got its start with a pulled pork and Italian beef dinner with an ice cream social to cure that sweet tooth. Pageants and live music rounded out the evening before getting into Friday's fish dinner and special auction. The Kentucky Headhunters, a country music group with several hits, closes out a fun-filled Friday. Saturday events begin when the Windsor FFA serves up breakfast. Following that is the Harvest Run, pedal tractor pull, parade, pork chop dinner, and the weekend's raffle drawing. Inflatables provided by 25-8 Extreme will run each night of the Windsor Harvest Picnic. Carson Cole, volunteer for the Windsor Harvest Picnic, gives the plans for Friday and Saturday at Windsor Park.
So Friday, our first thing, start serving our fish dinner. So we will also still have Italian beef, pulled pork, hamburgers, and pork burgers, but everybody comes for the fish. So then we will have our welcome at 6 o'clock, and then we'll actually have a special auction. I'm not sure which pieces are going in that auction, but we'll have that at 6:15, and then the Kentucky Headhunters will play at 7:15. Saturday is our biggest day, so it is a long day for all of us volunteers. We start at 7 a.m. with the breakfast by the Windsor FFA and the 5K. Also, you'll check in at 7 a.m. and the run begins at 7:30. And then shortly after all of that kind of wraps up, we'll have our pedal pull, and that I believe is ages 0 to 10. And then we will kind of take a short break. The parade will form at the high school at 2 o'clock and start at 3. And then the big event of the day, I guess, would be our pork chop dinner, which starts at 4:30, and the homemade desserts by the Walk Committee. So then after that, we will kind of kick off the evening act with our welcome at 6 o'clock, another special auction, which will be the other pieces that I still don't really know what they will be, but that'll be at 6:15, and then Fleetwood Gold will start at 7.
Stacy Cole with the Windsor Picnic also shared that for him it's about seeing friends, family, and new faces enjoy their community together. He's also behind some of the many delicious meals. He's also behind some of the many delicious meals served each and every night of the Windsor Harvest Picnic. Find out more about the Windsor Harvest Picnic by visiting them at their Facebook page. Cruiser 98.3 WSVZ broadcast live from the opening night of the 128th Annual Windsor Harvest Picnic on Thursday night. With school about to start or starting across Illinois, the state police are reminding drivers to slow down and watch out for children. In school zones, the speed limit is 20 miles per hour from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on school days when kids are present, and fines are higher for using a phone behind the wheel in these school zones. Troopers say most of school bus injuries do happen outside the bus in what's called the danger zone, when drivers fail to stop for flashing red lights in the extended stop arm. On two-lane roads, drivers in both directions must stop for a bus with its signals activated. On multi-lane roads, only traffic going the same way as the bus must stop. The penalty for illegally passing a stopped school bus is steep, with a mandatory $300 fine and a 3-month license suspension for first-time offenders. Police encourage parents to remind kids to use sidewalks, crosswalks, and to never walk between parked cars. For more information, visit the Illinois State Police's website. The new principal at North Elementary School in Taylorville is officially now on the job. Ben Cunningham has taken over the role this summer. His background in education work has taken him through Greenville and Hillsborough, and he speaks highly of the atmosphere at North, and he hopes to boost it even further when the doors open for the new school year. Across Greenville and Hillsborough, Cunningham has taught a variety of grade levels and subjects. He says he has been eager to try new experiences.
Absolutely. I started my teaching career at Greenville Elementary School in Greenville, Illinois. I taught 5th grade there for several years. I am from Hillsborough. I went to Greenville College. That's where I got my teaching degree, and met my wife, Amanda Cunningham, there. And she was from Hillsborough, so we wound up living in Hillsborough. Uh, uh, After 8 years at Greenville, I got a fourth grade teaching position in Hillsboro. We started our family. Our kids were little, so I wanted to be a little closer to home. And I taught fourth grade there for several years. Moving into finally, I wanted to look into junior high teaching, see what that was all about. Taught sixth grade social studies at Hillsboro Junior High and did some volleyball coaching there as well for a few years.
From there, Cunningham decided to make the jump to the role of principal. As with before, he said he was ready for a new challenge.
You know, when you've taught for roughly 22 years, you learn a lot about the classroom. And I've taught for 18 years in elementary school, and then of course 4 at the junior high. And you learn a lot about teaching and what good teaching looks like, and about students and their needs. And I reached a point in my career where I wanted to have the opportunity to work in a larger way with teachers and students and maybe affect change in a larger capacity than just with 23 students at a time.
Cunningham has had the summer to prepare. He calls it a learning experience and has focused on understanding the school's current situation in order to best guide it forward.
It's very important to me that before I come in and start affecting change, to understand where we are. And I think it would be kind of foolhardy to come in and start barking orders or trying to affect change before I really understand what's happening. And to be completely honest, everything that people in Taylorville and others outside of Taylorville have told me, North Elementary is an outstanding building full of outstanding teachers and outstanding students. So hopefully, it seems like there's a good thing already going on at North Elementary School, and I just want to be a part of it. And as I learn more, kind of see how I can bring my own brand of better.
The school district is working through some new curriculum for the school year. The incoming principal hopes this will lead to positive change and academic outcomes.
So that's one of the goals, is to, that myself and the staff at North will, begin kind of tackling that new curriculum, hopefully for the benefit, not hopefully, definitely for the benefit of our students as we learn those things. So one of my goals is to make sure that the staff have what they need to learn. Like I said, I'm learning, they're learning, and then just a goal is to educate these kids developmentally appropriately. So their kindergarten, their first grade, their second year, these are the formative years of school, making sure that we spend the time that we need to teach them how to be students. A lot of students do pre-K now, but for the most part, but I want the kids to learn how to play school, if you will.
Yeah. More information on Taylorville North Elementary School is available at north.tcusd3.org. Ben Cunningham appeared as a guest on the WTIM Morning Show as part of our monthly Taylorville Schools Good News segment. This will conclude the first portion of your expanded local news, and it's brought to you by Taylorville Community Credit Union.
Hi, this is Will Perkins with Taylorville Community Credit Union. When you become a member of TCCU, you become an owner and have access to our great loan rates, earn great dividends on our deposit accounts, have access to our full range of financial products, and will receive personal attention from people you know. Membership is open to anyone who lives or works in Christian, Montgomery, and Shelby County. We are conveniently located in Taylorville, Hillsboro, Litchfield, and Pana. You can also visit us online at www.tccu.org. Come join us. You'll wonder why you waited. Member NCUA.
Several members of the Taylorville Kiwanis Club recently manned gates at the recent Illinois State Fair as another part of their fundraising for local Kiwanis children and youth programs within the community. Kiwanis President Bill and Carolyn Asali, Chuck and Mary Jo Martin, Eric Kale, Kathy Coker, Griffin Smock, Tim Sutton, and Adam Jeffrey manned various ticket gates during the fair's 11-day run. The American Business Club of Springfield, another nonprofit organization, recruits volunteers from their club and other nonprofit clubs in the area. Other clubs that provide help get a monetary donation from the American Business Club for their efforts. That donation is given to the Taylorville Kiwanis Club, will also help fund continuing programs for local children and youth, including Codes for Kids, Kiwanis Park, YMCA, and high school scholarships, investing in the county's CEO program, and many others. Kiwanis member Blaine Cornwell also organized the local Kiwanis members to help man the gates this year. The Taylorville Kiwanis Club is part of a global organization of volunteers dedicated to improving the world one child and one community at a time. Weekly meetings are held Tuesdays at noon at the Taylorville Moose Lodge, and for information on the club, go to TaylorvilleKiwanis.com. It's no secret that power bills have been on the rise this summer, and there are several theories that are making their rounds of why that is the case. Amron's Tucker Kennedy is the Director of Public Relations and spoke about some of those myths and what the real reason is. Kennedy says that energy can be a complex topic.
So there's really a couple of factors that play and the reasons why bills are higher. One is the price of electricity, which, to be clear, Ameren, Illinois doesn't control or generate or profit from. So the price of electricity itself has increased significantly. And then the other factor is, of course, high energy usage. We've had a really, really tough summer, many successive days of 190 plus degree temperatures. People are using more energy in their homes to cool their homes. So you kind of put those two factors together, the fact that the price of the commodity itself is up and usage is up. That's really the primary factors that are leading to increased bills for our customers this summer.
As far as relief in sight, while it seems that the logical answer is to just supply more power, Kennedy says it is not that easy.
Energy markets are complex, and what we're doing as a state and a nation, and really as a company, is we're making this transition to cleaner energy sources. That's where we need to go. We all kind of recognize it, that there will be a day when we can hopefully get to a zero carbon footprint. So in the meantime, while we're on the path to that transition, we're seeing what we call base load generation sources are not as available as they were before. Coal-fired generation, natural gas generation. The generators are not bidding into these auctions because of the fact that they can't make as much money because of the scarcity. So you're starting to see that be the major gap. And as we increase renewables, more customers put rooftop solar on, we see more community solar, we see more windmills. We're doing a good job as a state and a nation to start to add more energy from a renewable standpoint. But right now, we're still seeing that gap.
As far as relief in sight, Kennedy says it's on the horizon. One thing that experts are looking at was the power problems that happened in 2022.
There is a little bit of relief in sight. So the way that the federal grid operator secures the capacity is done on a seasonal basis. And so when this situation happened to us back in 2022, we were essentially kind of stuck with the higher prices for a year. Because of the seasonality, we do anticipate that our customers will see their supply price go back to the way it was in 2024 on or around October 1. So it's a short-term, 3-4 month issue. Unfortunately, as your listeners are probably thinking as I say this, it's happening at the time when temperatures are high and people are using more of their appliances. So it's a really tough condition to get through, but there will be some relief ahead as we head into the fall season.
Ameren does not generate power and say the electric supply is out of their control. Kennedy says he does feel a responsibility to be an advocate for customers. He is urging customers to reach out to policymakers to dive into more renewable energy markets.
We do feel a responsibility to advocate for our customers because they're experiencing these extreme price challenges. So we need more generation resources. We need all available generation, whether it's renewables, whether it's natural gas, whether there's some talk about, reinvigorating nuclear, all of those should be on the table because affordability is the most critical thing to deal with, because if we're ever going to get to clean, we need to make sure that we're not taking customers out of the mix because they simply can't afford this transition. So we're urging all of the policymakers at the federal and state level and everyone involved in the energy markets to adopt a longer-term planning process so that we can better forecast to meet demand. We want to maintain that reliability, and we want to keep costs affordable. So we're part of the mix in terms of being a voice. We just are not part of the mix in terms of being able to offer a direct solution because Illinois is deregulated and we're a delivery-only company.
Kennedy says that Ameren is consistently trying to overcome the ever-changing markets and strategies in order to help customers with their bills, and they are working on ways to help.
We know no one wants to see this. Everyone's feeling cost pressures. So the main message is if you are having difficulty, we want to hear from you. We have billing programs, we have flexible payment programs. We've been able to offer some relief and some grants to certain qualified customers. There are things we can do. Plus, we have some really robust energy efficiency programs. And ultimately, that is the best defense against the supply cost challenge that we're facing these days. Is your ability to reduce, conserve as much energy as you can, still be comfortable in the home, still be safe, but run as efficiently as possible. That is your best defense against these situations. So we've got a lot of really, really good programs. You can retrofit your HVAC system, seal up your house. There's appliances, discounts, there's everything. We just want to hear from you. Come call us, talk to us, visit our website. We want to work together to look for a path forward.
For more information, visit amerenillinois.com/path to savings. That will conclude the second portion of your expanded local news, and it's brought to you by CNB Bank and Trust.
Simplify your finances with CNB's small business checking account. Start with just $200, no minimum balance, no monthly fee, and 150 free transactions each cycle. Enjoy digital banking, bill pay, a debit card, and e-statements. Plus, seamless QuickBooks uploads, all included. Keep your business organized, hassle-free, and in control so you can focus on growing, not banking. Visit your local CNB branch or call us today to open your small business checking account. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Moving now to obituaries, which can be found at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com and are brought to you by Sutton Memorial Home.
This is Chad Sparks. When you lose a loved one, your choice for making final arrangements should be with the compassionate family at Sutton Memorial Homes. They know the death of a loved one is difficult. Austin and Evan at Sutton's and the entire staff have devoted themselves to loving and caring for those in their community in their time of need. You can trust Sutton Memorial Homes to assist your family in making final arrangements that will be a tribute to your loved one. Sutton Memorial Homes, caring is what they do best.
64-year-old Dean McConnell of Taylorville died on August 9th. Visitation is August 15th from 4 p.m. until 7 p.m. at Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. Private interment will be made at a later date. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. '73-year-old Barbara L. Peterwright died on August 8th. Visitation is August 16th from 12 p.m. until 1 p.m. at Schaefer Perfetti and Asali Funeral Home in Taylorville. A celebration of life will follow on August 16th at 1 p.m. at Schaefer Perfetti and Asali Funeral Home in Taylorville. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Schaefer Perfetti and Asali Funeral Home in Taylorville. '71-year-old Gerald or Jerry Cocaine of Taylorville died August 7th. Cremation rites have been accorded, and a celebration of life will be held on August 16th from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Pillars Event Center. Funeral arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Taylorville. And 78-year-old Joseph Henry Halbert of Dwight, Illinois, formerly of Kincaid, died on July 9th. Visitation is August 16th from 1 p.m. until 4 p.m. at Reeves Funeral Home in Gardner, Illinois. Cremation rights have been accorded, and funeral arrangements are being handled by Reeves, Fruland, and Baskerville Funeral Home in Gardner, Illinois. Get details on these and other local news stories at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com or on WTIM, your only local news radio.